Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 18 of the 2020-2021 Premier League season. Now before we get on to this week's predictions, let's have a look at how well we got on last time in week 17.
So last time I had an absolutely extraordinary week. I had 13 points with 4 perfect results, highest of this season, which include Man United to beat Aston Villa 2-1, Crystal Palace to beat Sheffield United 2-0, Leicester to beat Newcastle 2-1, and Man City to beat Chelsea 3-1.
I also came away with quite a good haul myself, Nathan. 10 points for me, 2 perfect scores, the Man United victory over Villa, the Crystal Palace victory over Sheffield United, which gives me 10 points. Representing the viewers last week was Dale M, and Dale M matched me with 10 points and 2 perfect scores as well. Man United Villa and the Leicester City victory over Newcastle. So top scorer of the week last week was indeed yourself, Nathan, on 13 points. But we'll have a quick look at the league table, where, as you can see, Nathan, with that 13-point haul, you've actually risen up to 21st in the table. My 10-point haul, I've risen up to 16th. Top scorer, okay, we said you, but in second place of the top scorers for the week was George Come On You Irons Smith, and George had 12 points, which puts him up to 108 points overall and 6 in the table. I think he had 3 perfect scores altogether. Dale M, of course, representing the viewers, has moved up, I believe, up to 40th position. But yeah, if we just have a quick look down the table, Mahmoud Conte, of course, still top of the table on 123 points, followed closely by David Redcliffe and LFC 96 YNWA, then Beck and Dominic. But let's just move down the table, see if you can spot yourself and see if you can climb up the table in these forthcoming weeks. And as you can see, we've now got 211 people actually playing along, but a lot of those don't play every week, of course. So that's enough of week 17. Let's move on, make some predictions for week 18.
Okay, so for this game week, there's actually only 6 fixtures because of the FA Cup, and not only that, the week after it's actually a double game week.
It is. There's something ridiculous, like 17 matches.
Yeah, there's 17 games.
Like that.
First up on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock on Sky, we've got Sheffield United versus Newcastle. Now, Sheffield United won their first match of the season last time around in the FA Cup against Bristol Rovers, even though either one of those sides could win it. Chris Wilder actually getting his 100th win for the Cup. I mean, he had to wait a long time for it, to be fair to him, but Newcastle starting to slow down a bit and turning into complete dribble, really. Haven't won in over 6 matches. Starting to struggle, but I think Sheffield United are going to bounce from that FA Cup win, and I think they'll be able to scrape out a draw in this one. 1-1.
Wow. No, I think it's going to be back to their old ways for the Blades in this one. I think Newcastle will gain all 3 points in this one. However, I think the likes of St. Maximum is still out injured. Ryan Fraser is touch and go whether he'll be in, make this match or it'll be in week 19. But Sheffield United, 2 draws all season out of their 17 fixtures. That means they've lost 15 matches. Okay, Newcastle themselves, in the last 6 fixtures, they've only won once. Last time out, they lost at home against Leicester City before. And before that, they actually gained a creditable draw against Liverpool. But in this match, I can see them sneaking through with 1 goal, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 away victory to Newcastle, the Magpies, in this one. Next up, still on the 12th of January, which is on Tuesday, 8:15 on Sky as well, we've got Burnley at home against Manchester United. Now, Manchester United, if they win this fixture, unbelievably, they could go top of the table.
No way.
Wow.
Unheard of.
Yeah, a couple of months ago, no chance. We were talking about Ollie getting sacked, etc. But they find themselves in second position, just off the top spot on goal difference.
1 point ahead of Leicester as well.
On 33 points with Liverpool. Burnley, okay, they're down in 16th position, but only losing once in their last 6 fixtures, and that defeat was away against Leeds United. So, Can Manchester United continue their fine form? They've won 4 of their last 6 fixtures.
Even with some dodgy decisions, in particular Paul Pogba last time around with his dive, which they even zoomed in onto him tripping over his own feet and still gave it. That was shocking from VAR.
Yeah, they, as you say, Nathan, last couple of matches, victories at home against Villa and Wolves.
Narrow though.
Yeah, narrow. So Burnley, defensively sound in the FA Cup, just scraped through on penalties against MK Dons. So yeah, Man United come into town. Bit of a derby, you could say, not too far away.
Lancashire derby.
Yeah, Burnley tough to beat. I think they will score against Man United, because I don't think Man United keep that many clean sheets. Well, in their last 6 fixtures, I think it's just 2 clean sheets. So I'm going to go for an away victory to Man United. Better on the road than they are at home. 2-1 Red Devils.
Yeah, interesting. Well, Man United, you could say last time around between Martinez and De Gea, absolutely amazing performances from both keepers. It's just a shame that VAR happened in that one, because it could have very well been a draw, and I think Villa deserved to scrape something out of that game, but I can't be salty about it. Man United have been on a pretty decent run of form recently. They do come up against Burnley or get confidence after going through on penalties against Franchise FC, of course you could say, but I don't know, Man United are going to scrape it again, continue their luck of form, and I'm going to say 1-0 to the Red Devils.
Wow. And the guys in the comment section, it'll be unbelievable that you have now predicted Man United to win their last 2 fixtures. But moving on to the next fixture anyway, Nathan.
Anyway, moving on, another 8:15 kick-off on Sky between Wolves and Everton. Now Everton losing last time around to end their quality run of form after losing 1-0 to West Ham. Quite a shock there, considering they have actually got some good results. Everton, Leicester, well, Arsenal, even though everyone beats them at the moment, and a solid 1-0 against Sheffield United, so winning 4 on the bounce there. As for Wolves, getting a shocking 3-3 draw against Brighton last time around to add to their very patchy form of late. I think the problem with Wolves, watching them in particular, is that they just don't have a plan B and always run out with exactly the same game plan every single match. Keep playing the same system, the same players, don't like to change anything.
Because Jimenez is out.
Yeah, Jimenez is out for the season. Youngster Fabio Silva's up there, but he just needs to get into his stride, get a few goals there, and then he'll be at his wonder kid self, and that could be very scary. But I really don't know what to go in this one, but I think Everton might just sneak it 2-1.
Yeah, Everton, prior to that defeat last time out against West Ham, they were on a fine run of form. We've talked about them defensively recently as well, and of course they only lost with a solitary goal. So coming up against a Wolves team who are fairly solid themselves, even though they did concede 3 goals against the Seagulls. So it's all really pointing to an Everton win, but it's difficult to predict at the moment. The Premier League results are going all over the place, so I'm going to sit on the fence with this one, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Next up, we got Manchester City against Brighton. This takes place on Wednesday at 6 o'clock, live on BT, which we've actually subscribed to for the month now, because
we had to watch Cardiff yesterday.
Yeah, Cardiff City fixture, but last season this ended as a 4-0 victory to Man City. They won earlier this afternoon in the FA Cup against Birmingham 3-0. So goals are plenty, and if you look at their form, okay, they're in 5th position, winning the last 3 matches.
They've actually only lost 2 games this season, and they've got 3 games in hand as well.
The wheels are turning. It's everything seems to be clicking into place there at Manchester City. John Stones looks a totally different player now. Cancelo, really good full-back as well. So all I can just see another massive victory for Manchester City. Hopefully Kevin De Bruyne will do something, because I'm thinking of captaining him in my fantasy football team this week. So 4-0 to the Citizens.
But all I can say is no one should sleep on Man City, because if they actually have played their games in hand, then they could very well be top of the table, guys, with what you've got to remember. I mean, they played 15 matches. If you had 6 points to the tally, they're on 29. That's actually 35 points for them, so they could be top by 2 points if they played their games in hand, which is what you've got to remember. So Man City being 5th, don't write off Pep yet, because they have still games to play. But coming up against a Brighton team just struggling as of late, Graham Potter's style of football doesn't work at that team. Yes, they're grinding out the draws.
2 wins all season tells the story.
That is very, very poor for that end of the table, especially lots of draws though. Their defence is like a calendar. They rarely keep any clean sheets at all.
They do have some injuries. Those like Lallana is out, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's no surprise about him being out because of his injury issues. But they need to sort it out at the back, and they just need to play to their players' strengths. Graham Potter's style of play does not work at a club like Brighton. So for that reason, I'm going to go for a solid 3-0 Man City victory.
Yeah, can't see anything else. Of course, Lamperty's out too. Just looking at the injury list, Welbeck could well be back for this fixture.
Bissell suspended.
Aaron Connolly as well has got no return date. So yeah, Citizens win all over this one, I think.
Meanwhile, next up we got Aston Villa versus Spurs, and Aston Villa you could say were robbed of a point in that Manchester United game. I thought they played really well. Martinez was spectacular. Grealish had a good game as well. McGinn, really good from Aston Villa. Just a shame they couldn't grind out the points and that VAR happened. And then Spurs doing well in 4th position, bringing back the patchy form with a solid 3-0 victory against Leeds. However, Leeds have been absolutely disgraceful recently, losing 3-0 to Crawley.
And they have a pretty decent team out of Leeds as well.
Yeah, all I can say about that is nowhere near the giant killing of 2002 when Cardiff City beat Leeds United at Ninian Park with Scott Young scoring the winner. That will be the all-time greatest giant killing in FA Cup history.
No, I don't think so. There's Cardiff were in, what was it? Now, no, in the 1st division as it is.
Yeah, League
but there's
One,
been bigger ones than that, non-league teams playing Premier League teams and all this sort of
it's up there. It's up there with one of the biggest, to be fair.
It's big, but not the biggest.
Yeah, well. Anyway, moving on. Spurs, a good win against Leeds United. Starting to turn the tide around once again, but there's going to be goals in this one, I got a feeling. Good keepers will be at it, but it's whichever keeper has the best performance in this one, so I'm going to go for a 3-2 to Spurs.
Yeah. Now this takes place, Nathan, on Sky Sports again, 8:15 on Wednesday. It is actually in jeopardy of not actually going ahead as well because of the cases.
They kids, didn't they? Yesterday.
In the FA Cup it was on Friday evening against Liverpool. They did actually do quite well, but
Louis Barry getting a goal as well.
Losing
800k signing from Barcelona.
4-1 in the end, though they suffered defeat. So whether this goes on ahead, maybe they will get a makeshift team together. If they do get a team together, then it's going to be a Spurs victory, although I've heard that Spurs have 1 or 2 cases themselves of the demonetised virus, but they seem to keep things under wraps, a little bit hush-hush there at Spurs. So I'm going to go for an away victory in this one. The likes of Son, Kane, Lo Celso, I think he might be out injured or suspended anyway. Bale really needs to get back into
do something.
It hasn't really.
It's not going to give him a good case for when he's back at Real Madrid, and he's probably going to go on the cheap way. He's going to have his wages cut in half if he wants to go anywhere. Unless he leaves for China.
Possible. I don't think he'll go to China.
No chance.
I'm going to say a victory to Spurs in this one, 2-1. The final fixture of this game week, which takes place on Thursday, the only game on Thursday evening on Sky at 8 o'clock. We have Arsenal, the Gunners, against Crystal Palace. Now, Arsenal, all of a sudden, I think they've won 3 matches on the trot. They've gone up to 11th position in the table, where they were teetering on that sort of relegation fight. Lacazette looks really good at the moment. Saka playing out of his skin at the moment. Okay, they beat West Brom last time at 4-0, and prior to that it was Brighton, but you've got to say before that it was against Chelsea.
Yeah, but look at Chelsea's form recently.
Chelsea all over the place. They've dropped down to 9th position themselves, so they'll probably be glad of this little break. But Crystal Palace find themselves in 14th position. Okay, they did have that victory over Sheffield United, but everybody beats Sheffield United at the moment. And the Premier League, prior to that, they did get a draw at home against Leicester. So Arsenal, I expect them to win this one. Arsenal full of confidence, and I'm going to go for a straightforward 2-0 victory. But Tierney looks. Is it Tierney at the back? Yeah, Tierney. Excellent strike from him last time out as well.
But to be fair to Palace, I bet their fans are happy because they are now out of their cursed section where they always do abysmal at Christmas. It is the new year, of course. They're cursed at that time of the year, and looking at some of their fixtures as well, very tricky. But if you look at the team and Crystal Palace, to be fair to them, Sheffield United did perform well in that one, but Palace were just next level. If you look at Arsenal though, with the 3 matches that they've won, Brighton, they haven't been good recently. Sheffield United, West Brom, everyone beats West Brom. Sam Allardyce just won't be able to work any miracles there. And then you have Chelsea, who are in really bad form themselves. So I think it's just Arsenal being lucky with their fixtures, really. And considering that, loads of Arsenal fans are making that Emile Smith Rowe is the next Henry. Come on, just come on. But I think this one's going to be tight. Palace are going to turn up for it, I reckon. They're going to start to gather form back after their curse period, so I'm going to go for 1-1.
Fantastic. So that concludes our predictions for week 18 of this, the 2020-21 Premier League season. As usual, I'm going to leave template of these fixtures in the description. As usual, if you want to play it along at home, just copy and paste them into the comments section. And like George, come on you Irons. So if you may get a shout out in the next video if you are the top scorer. However, because we've got a massive game week coming up next week, which starts on
matches.
Friday, we're going to have to get the next video. We're going to have to record the video on Wednesday evening while these matches are going ahead. Don't think we'll be able to do it Thursday. I think we're up to other stuff then. So this is the next video will be recorded on Wednesday evening. So we're not going to announce the table and top scorers for next week until the following week. So stay tuned for that. But as always, thank you for watching. And Nathan, is there anything you'd like to add? Live stream, tell me about them.
So to my channel, link in the description below. Tuesday, live stream, Cardiff City versus Rotherham, 7:45 kickoff, I believe. Make sure you're there, guys. Video or match preview should be out tomorrow as well. And then I believe there's another fixture on the weekend, Norwich City as well at home. So match preview should be out on that one for Friday. So there'll be 2 videos minimum out this week on the channel, and there'll be 2 live streams minimum as well this week. Make sure you're there, guys.
Fantastic. Thanks once again, Nathan, for joining me.
Also, nap of the week.
Yes, nap of the week. Almost forgot it. Easy for me. Manchester City to beat Brighton.
I always like to go for not so obvious ones in my eyes.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to go for a draw in this one. I'm pretty sure this draw is going to happen this week, and I'm going to go for Arsenal Crystal Palace.
Bold. Yeah. Thanks for joining me. As I said, Nathan, once again on these predictions, but for now, make sure you subscribe, make sure you give the thumbs up, helps the channel so much. But for now, bid you farewell, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.